Welcome to San Academy Pallikaranai, Class 7 Social Science. Happy day students. This is part 2 video of the chapter The Mughal Empire from History. Topics to be covered: Mughal traditions of succession, Mughal relations with other rulers, Mansabdars and Jagirdars, Sabd and Zamindars, Akbarnama and Ain-i-Akbari. Mughal traditions of succession. The Mughals did not believe in the rule of primogeniture, where the eldest son inherited his father's estate. Instead, they followed the Mughal and Timurid custom of co-parency inheritance, or division of the inheritance amongst all the sons. Mughal relations with other rulers. The Mughal rulers campaigned constantly against rulers who refused to accept their authority. But as the Mughals became powerful, many other rulers also joined them voluntarily. The Rajputs are a good example of this. Many of them married their daughters into Mughal families and received high positions. The Sisodiya Rajputs of Mewar refused to accept Mughal authority for a long time. Once defeated, however, they were honorably treated by the Mughals, given their lands back as assignments. The careful balance between defeating but not humiliating their opponents enabled the Mughals to extend their influence over many kings and chieftains. But it was difficult to keep this balance all the time. Mughal administration under Mughal Empire. Mansabdars, Zamindars, Subedars. Who were Mansabdars? Those who joined Mughal service were enrolled as Mansabdars. The term Mansabdars refers to an individual who holds an mansab. Mansab meaning a position or rank. Mansabs were appointed from diverse backgrounds. Example: Turkish, Irani, Afghans, Rajputs, Marathas, etc. Mansabdari System. It was a grading system used by the Mughals to fix rank, salary, and military responsibility. Rank and salary were determined by a numerical value called Zat. The higher the Zat, the higher nobles' position and salary. Nobles with a Zat of 5,000 were ranked higher than those of 1,000. Every civil and military officer was given a mansab. In Akbar's reign, there were 29 Mansabdars with a rank of 5,000 Zat. Functions of Mansabdars. The Mansabdars were required to maintain a specific number of Savar or cavalrymen to increase the military strength of the ruler. Cavalrymen were registered and horses were branded. Mansabdar received their salaries as a revenue assignment called Jagir. They were not the owners of Jagir. They had right to collect revenue for Jagir. Mansabdars did not reside or administer their Jagir. They served in some other part of the country. These Jagirs were carefully assessed so that their revenues were roughly equal to the salary of Mansabdar. During Aurangzeb's reign, number of Mansabdars increased to 79. As a result of, they had to wait for a long time before they received a Jagir. Actual revenue collected from Jagir was often less than the granted sum. As a result, Jagirdars or Mansabdars started collecting as much revenue as possible. Aurangzeb was unable to control this and thus peasantry suffered. Zabt. Zabt was a revenue system under which each province was divided into revenue circles with its own schedule of revenue rates for individual crops. Akbar's revenue minister Todar Mal carried out a careful survey of crop yields for a 10-year period. On the basis of this, debtor tax was fixed for each crop in cash. Zamindars. Zamindars. The Mughals used the term Zamindars to describe all intermediaries, whether they were local headmen of the village or powerful chieftain. Their function was to collect taxes from peasants and submit the same to the central government's revenue department. So, the flow goes like from the peasant to the Zamindar and from Zamindar to the Mughals revenue department. Akbarnama Ain-i-Akbari. Abul Fazil was Akbar's close friend and courtier. He was given the responsibility of writing the history of his reign. He wrote a 3-volume history of Akbar's reign titled Akbarnama. Volume 1 talks about Akbar's ancestors. Volume 2 recorded the events of Akbar's reign. Volume 3, Ain-i Akbari. It deals with the following features: Akbar's administration, household, army, the revenues, geography of his empire, traditions and culture of the people living in India, statistical details about crops, yields, prices, wages, and revenue. Thank you. Have a nice day.